Hey guys, and CSFan001 here, welcoming you to another one of those weekly trophy list update videos. So I do apologize for the delay in this one, having to put it out on Tuesday without a whole lot of explanation for anything. This video, normally it wouldn't be very long, but I am gonna manage to drag it out because it's gonna be sort of a mixture of trophy, channel, and life update. I know that's kind of already what I do, but I'm probably going to put it in the title so maybe more people watch it, and so that it's not only like 5 minutes long because I barely got any trophies this week. Partially because I have some new ideas for new and upcoming stuff for the channel. So anyway, when it comes to the trophies, this will have covered, I believe, the week of August 26th. So Monday, August 26th through Monday, September 2nd, and technically Tuesday, September 3rd, because most of the trophies I got this week were today, Tuesday, because I'm recording this like in the afternoon on Tuesday. So the only game I got any trophies in this past week, unfortunately, was Just Cause 4. It's the only game I really had time to work on, and I'll get more into that later. But I'm most of the way through the final DLC, Danger Rising, which will get my series completion back to 100%. So this DLC is fun because it feels like it makes more sense, at least for its story and gameplay and stuff, and it's kind of cool having to fight other agents and such that can grapple hook around, which is really cool. The trophies are not too bad out of the 6 that I've earned so far. So this very first one, Interception, this one's basically unmissable. You just have to grapple into somebody and kick them while they're going through the air. Pretty much guaranteed, you're probably not going to miss this one. The good thing is that no trophies in this DLC are missable because the enemies will continue to spawn even after you have completed the main story, so it's all good. Then you have Not My First Rodeo. This one is very, very easy. Just ride an agency drone that you spawn in using the Yellowstone sniper rifle, and just ride it for 1,000 meters. Nothing difficult at all there. Drone Joust, this one has given me the most trouble out of all of them so far, just because it's a little trickier than it should be. Nico just jumped up on a chair. That's going to be part of the life update, dog update. Pretty cool, actually. Pretty fun. Anyway, this one is a little bit more annoying because I think the drone that the other agent is on has to survive the conflict with it. I think that's how it is. I could be wrong, but that's how it seems to be. So do keep that in mind if you're struggling with it a little bit. I didn't end up doing it using a drone I called in. I just ended up jumping onto an agency drone and shooting someone from further away on that. So that one can be a little bit tricky. Normally this one seems like it would be hard to defeat 10 enemies during a single ride just because of all the helicopters and stuff that'll come after you, but it's actually not that hard because you can sit on it from kind of farther away from one of the ships and just use the sniper rifle to pick people off from afar. Because the Yellowstone sniper rifle, it's a new DLC weapon. It is a one-shot kill if you hit someone in the head, at least a normal agency enemy. So it's very powerful, and if you get good with shooting it, because the drone will stay still, allowing you to aim very well. Sorry about that, guys. We had the phone ring. We still have a home phone hooked up here because it's not technically our house. We're technically just renting it for a little while until we finish with what we're doing. But anyway, it's an easy enough trophy once you know how to do that because you can just hide kind of high or kind of below or just kind of far away from the enemies. This is a story-related trophy. This is for finishing the DLC. I've taken out 5 of the 6 ships, but I just want to go ahead and get the video recorded now because, I'm going to be busy tonight, so just want to go ahead and get it recorded. This one is actually very, very easy because you can just grapple to a plane at one of the airports and ride the hoverboard while hooked up to the plane. So very easy, nothing to worry about with that one. This one is basically unmissable as well because because that's not really that far, 10 kilometers, that's what, like 6 miles, riding the hoverboard. You can do this very easily. You should get it while just playing the game naturally. It's the most common trophy in the DLC, actually, which is kind of interesting. And then finally, the agency hoverboard courses in 20 seconds or less. There are 7 of them. I have not started doing them yet, so I don't know exactly how hard they're going to be, but I am going to most likely be making guides for all 7 of them, so it might only be a single video, actually, or it might be separate videos. We'll see what I feel like doing for it. But there's only 7 of them at least, so there's not too many, and I don't know exactly how difficult they are. The hoverboard isn't the easiest thing in the world to use. The other game I worked on this week was Destiny 2. While I didn't earn any trophies this past week, I did make a little more progress toward the collections badge. I got 2 more exotics, so great. Made a little bit of progress on that. You know, it's coming along slowly. I'll eventually go back and do Forsaken Nightfall and Last Wish Raid. Those are not hard. Apparently, from what everyone's told me, those are not bad. Collections badge isn't bad either. It just takes a little bit of time. You know, it's just kind of boring. It's really just the Triumph seal, but people have been giving me a couple tips on that. I mean, it's not priority. I'm going to wait a while and do it later on, but really a possibility of 23 out of 24 and perhaps even a full 100% completion, at least up until whatever the Year 3 expansion is certainly possible for Destiny 2. It's a lot easier, I think, overall than Destiny 1 was, but I also didn't really play much of Destiny 1. I didn't play much of this one either, because I just wasn't really that big a fan of it, but yeah. So the other thing is Uncharted 3. I just didn't have any time to play this game this week, and I'm sad about it because I know that there were at least a few easy trophies I could have done from the co-op. Now, it might theoretically still be possible to do a few of the co-op trophies in offline mode, like split screen mode, maybe, but I don't think that's going to be a thing. And I am, like I said, I'm a little bit sad because I wanted to do a few of the trophies because of the glitches in the game, but I just ran out of time this past week. I did not have time to do anything this past week. I was so busy with a lot of stuff. Like, I mean, Monday I had to drive home. Tuesday I had time to game, but I was working on my class and had a little bit of time to play, like, Just Cause 4's DLC. Or, no, I didn't even play it that day. I didn't really play much at all that day. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I was gone. I was in Clemson for our first football game of the season. Saturday I was free. Saturday was the only other day I had some time to myself. And then Sunday we went to, this is where the life update part comes in. We went and got a new puppy. So, yeah, that was really, really fun. I will make sure to splice in at least a couple pictures of him. He is so cute. He's 9-week-old black lab. His name is Kimi Sebastian, and then my last name. So, for those of you who don't know what that name is, that is 2 Formula 1 drivers. Kimi Räikkönen and Sebastian Vettel, technically, are the 2 that he's named after. Because I tend to name my dogs with some tie to Formula 1. Because the previous one, the one that's currently sleeping in the chair over there and very unhappy with the new puppy so far, he doesn't like him at all yet. Hopefully they grow to love each other. I mean, I know the younger one loves the older one, but his name is Nico Giancarlo, so like Nico Rosberg, Giancarlo Fisichella. And then the older one, Ty, that was his first name, but his middle name was actually, it was Ty Michael Schumacher. Than my last name, so yeah, that's, call me a nerd for that if you want, but we're so happy to have a new dog around. None of them will ever replace Ty, but it's really fun having a puppy around again, although he's currently off at his training session for 6 weeks, where they'll teach him basic obedience and crate training and stuff. It's very much worthwhile just because then you don't have to train him yourself, and it saves a lot of time and effort in doing so, because I'm not sure we might get a little bit frustrated with it eventually. So that's a major life update. And then also just recently I've just been having a few real bad mental health days in this last like month or so. I don't know exactly what it is, but just been having a few bad mental health days, and that's just kind of sapped a lot of my energy and my mental energy, especially this past month or so, and it's really just kind of taken me away from gaming at times and just gotten me some days where I just didn't really feel like even playing, just would rather lay on the couch and stare at the ceiling, in all honesty, because sometimes that was just better. And I mean, I still love gaming and streaming, absolutely, but sometimes you just have those days where you just really are out of it, just really don't want to think about really doing anything. So it's been kind of bad recently, and hopefully I can figure it out and start getting it worked out a little bit more, but it's been a little bit frustrating having to deal with that recently. So hopefully, like I said, things are back to normal in the near future. And then the other life update, though, is, as you guys might know from my streaming, I've actually recently accepted a new job down in South Carolina, so I am very excited about that. It's a more preferred position. It seems like a much better work environment, so hopefully that all works out well. Plus, I get to be back in the South, back in South Carolina specifically. So I am very, very excited for that, and it'll put me a lot closer to Clemson, so I'll be able to go to football games and other events more often. I actually know some people down there, unlike I did in Cincinnati, where I didn't know anyone, so hopefully that's a good sign for the future. Now, that will mean It won't mean that, like, my trophy progress or anything gets impeded because I'll still just be gaming at afternoons, nights, and weekends. It'll just mean that for a little bit of time while I'm getting moved in down there and stuff, it might be a little more inconsistent naturally. And I should be able to get at least one stream in during this week, like, probably during the day. I don't know what I'm going to play, though. Maybe I'll just stream some kind of Platinum Trophy or 100% game. Maybe I'll find something else. I don't really know. Maybe it'll just be something casual, just playing something for fun. I don't really know yet. We'll see. But regardless of what that is, now for the trophy update. Back to the trophy update, really. Level 68, 33%, 16,945 total trophies, 393 platinums, 2,236 golds, 4,306 silvers, 10,010 bronzes. So that is my current number of trophies. As for this upcoming week, I am really going to try to at least get a couple of platinums, a little bit more done in this coming week. I mean, now that I'm not going to be bogged down with Uncharted 3 anymore, that's kind of nice, but I do unfortunately have other old multiplayer games I intend to get started on in the near future. I might be pushing Far Cry 2 back a little bit and just work on one of the shorter PS3 games in the near future while I'm working on moving and stuff. Most likely looking more at something like maybe Battlefield 3. I know that that's at least easier overall. It's not going to take as long. There is Resident Evil 5. That one's not going to take too long as I can find another person that has 2 PS3s and 2 copies of the game, because that'll make it very, very easy to boost all of the multiplayer trophies from the versus mode. Now, I'll still have one single-player trophy left that I need to go back and do, and I am not looking forward to that one. I'm actually probably going to find someone to do that with, because I remember how bad the AI is on PS3 compared even to the PS4 version, because, I mean, yeah, don't get me wrong, the friendly AI in the PS4 version isn't much better, but it's definitely improved, and the PS4 version of Resident Evil 5 is easier, both in DLC and gameplay. Resident Evil 6 is another one just because I can self-boost all of it, I believe, except for, like, 2 trophies that require 3 people. So those are probably going to get pushed a little bit forward, as well as maybe Killzone Shadowfall, because I kind of want to go ahead and get started on that one. Just for some reason, I've kind of been feeling like going back and doing that one, because its DLC isn't particularly hard. I know that there's the Elite Mode difficulty trophy that you have to do, but that's single player, so that's a little bit less priority. Just focus on the multiplayer. And then there's also Wolfenstein 09 I want to start doing at some point. Just start on it, as well as Far Cry 2, of course, just to really start making a little bit of progress on both of those. I'm going to see once the people in the Discord are going to do Far Cry 2 so that we can have people to boost the 3-player stuff with, because, of course, most of that stuff, only one trophy requires more than 3 people, which is nice, so that's easier than some of these other games, like the Uncharted games that require about 10 people, maybe not quite 10. I am, of course, a little bit sad that I won't be 100%ing the game, or even really getting as close as I wanted, because, like I said, stuff happens in life. I run out of time to play it. I had other stuff sort of coming up that kept me distracted from it and made me not really want to work on it. So I am, like I said, a little bit sad about that, but, you know, it's a trophy. It's trophies. Who cares? I still got to 70%, which I'm happy about. I mean, I still got to 70%. I got most of the DLCs, at least some progress made in them. I got, you know, maybe half the DLC trophies done, so I wouldn't say I did too badly. And as I've said before, if I had maybe had another month, I would have probably tried to really 100% it or get close. I probably wouldn't have finished the treasures, just because I'm not sure I'm willing to put in that much effort. But I probably could have finished all the other trophies, including even the Curator Medal on Crushing, so that would have been really cool to have all those done. But, you know, stuff happens. And, you know, you never know, maybe they will end up extending the server shutdown. I know it's the last day, but you never know, because some other games were supposed to go down on a specific day and then they ended up staying up for a lot longer. You never know. I mean, I highly, highly doubt it, but you never know. And at the very least, I finished The Last of Us and Uncharted 2, and someday I can finish Uncharted 4. So at the very least, the only Uncharted game I won't have done will end up being Uncharted 3, because I can still go and do Uncharted 4 at some point. Plus, it's only 2 trophies, 1 silver and 1 bronze, so it's not even as worthwhile or valuable if I were to ever just not ever want to go back and do it. But yeah, this coming week, it's mostly going to be looking at... I'm going to finish off Just Cause 4, obviously. Finish that off. I'll probably finish that up today on Tuesday, because it's not really that hard, as best I can tell. But I'll be making guides for the hoverboard challenges, so at least I'll give you guys something different to watch. So beyond that, what else do I plan on playing aside from a couple easy platinums? Maybe I go back to Fallout 76 a little bit, because I would think that we're getting near the release of the new DLC stuff for it. Same with, like, I think Red Dead 2's just gotten some stuff released, though I'm not too interested in playing that either. I mean, I'll go back to it to hit Platinum number 400, because I should be able to get 2 or 3 easy Platinums this week, no problem, so hopefully get a little bit closer to that number 400. Probably won't get to 400 this week, but you never know. Otherwise, though, I'm just going to be focusing on some other stuff in my life. I'm kind of planning on going to a football game on Saturday, but we'll see. I need to see if I'm mentally feeling up to it. Because like I said, it's just been a bad last few weeks or so for me for one reason or another. So we'll see if I'm feeling up for that or not. But regardless of that, like I said, this is also going to be a bit of a channel update as for some ideas for new content for the channel. So, what are my ideas for that? Well, you guys know that for the most part, my videos are either Platinum Trophy videos, Trophy List Analysis videos, streams, Platinum Trophy actual videos, like of showing the trophies unlock, stuff like that. And I'd like to start live streaming a couple more Platinums every now and then, because you guys really seem to like when I did the one for Hellblade Senua's Sacrifice, so yeah, I'd love to do that a little bit more often. I'll try that out in the future. So, along with that, though, there are a couple of new ideas I have. One of them is to show do little videos like my Platinum Trophy videos, but do them for my 100%. I don't know if I want to do that, because, I mean, I know that, like, Snickle and King Super One do it, but I'm not really sure. Maybe I will. Maybe if it's a more notable 100%, I'd consider doing videos for it. But otherwise, I'm not sure. Just tell me what you guys think about that, if you guys would be interested in seeing that. Because if there's not really any interest in it, then I'm probably not going to bother with doing it. Especially since I've done like 100, games that just are 100% games in the past. And a lot of them are not really all that notable. I do have a few notable ones for sure, and some games that aren't even available to play anymore. But you never know. Like, if you guys are into it, please let me know, and I will definitely consider doing that in the future. And the other thing is something I've been thinking about doing for quite a while, but has never really come to fruition, is to do a series where I take a look at entire series of games, like the Fallout series, Far Cry, Call of Duty, Battlefield, Borderlands, Wolfenstein, etc., and just look at the full series and do like a really long video. Like, these videos might be well over half an hour a lot of the time, maybe even closer to like an hour. And do videos like this where I take a look at the whole series, do like a starting segment where I talk about any trophy trends of the series, what to expect from a typical game in the series, and then rank all the games in said series from easiest to hardest to platinum, also talking about their DLCs if applicable. It's something I've been thinking about doing, and I don't think it would be all that hard to put together, aside from trying to acquire all of the footage for it, because I don't necessarily own all the games that I would be doing for this. Like, some of the Far Cry games I've just rented or deleted after a while. Same thing for like Uncharted. I don't even know where my copies are for some of my games, like my Uncharted Nathan Drake collection. I don't even know where some of that stuff is. So that would be the main problem, would be getting footage captured for the games. But maybe, I mean, like I said, we will see about that, because I think that could be interesting just to cover it. I could easily do still images over the background, but I feel like that might not be as interesting. You guys might not like that as much. But I think that's sort of a series I've wanted to do for a while, and hopefully I can find a way to make it work in the future. So that's sort of my plan for a couple of potential future series. Please let me know if you guys would be interested in this stuff at all, because I'd definitely love to know if you'd be interested, because, I mean, I definitely enjoy maybe trying out something new every now and then. I think it'd be fun. So, that should be it for this video. Like I said, hopefully I'll get a couple of easy platinums done this week, as well as finish off Just Cause 4. I know I'll finish Just Cause 4. I'm not worried about finishing that. But it's just, will I have time to get other games done? I should be able to get at least 1 or 2 platinums done this week. I really don't know why I wouldn't be able to, unless something comes up. So, hopefully that happens this week. Maybe getting closer to Red Dead 2 as 400, get that done in the near future. So, thank you guys for tuning in. I know this was a much shorter, much less eventful overall video, probably. But, hope you guys enjoyed, and see you this week for, there will of course be a Platinum Trophy video, and hopefully at least 1 stream. So, see you guys then.